Okay, what? Okay, so we'll work with, if they're the same, they're white. So that gives that, actually. And then that gives that. Oh, but if they're the same... Oh no, it has. So if they're different, sorry, if they're different, they're white. Oh, but then you get this one. That can't work. If they're different, they're white. But if they're different and red, that doesn't work. I think, yeah, where there's white. But then if they're the same, they're white. Okay, we'll try if they're the same, they're white. That doesn't work because you only get one red. Maybe each one's got its own rules. Ugh. Part of me thinks that's right. Which means that if they're... Okay, so if they're the same, then you just switch them. So that goes there. So then you'd have that there. I mean, this is a thing. That makes sense. And then it's what goes here, which would be... This makes sense. Why is this not working? Obviously it's wrong, isn't it? I need you to tell me how they work. How does the fuse work? Is there anything that can tell me what to do? It's not helpful. Can I escape? Ooh.
33 books about the Clairvaux corporate structure.
Clairvaux is light, I believe. Something to do with light. Okay. So. I need to work out what the rules are. And that's the problem for puzzles like this. It's working out what the rules are. So white and white is red, if that's the case. But there's no white and white here. So then we have to work out, is it just a straight up this kind of thing? No, it is not. Maybe that makes sense somewhere. Part of me is thinking that we've got to take in consideration both patterns, which is that the white is moving out here. So, So if the red's there, then the red should be there, and the red should be there. Because that's the bottom line, is that the one in the middle position moves around. So that would be there. Then you take into consideration that the one on the outside is moving. Okay. So if that's red in the middle, then that has to be red there. That has no red. There's white in the middle, so there should be white there, so there should be no white there. That's helpful. So I'm guessing the white is where the red is, in some capacity. So we'll just switch all of these round, and then red in the middle. See, if we had... And then there's no red. See, if we had like a fourth one kind of at the corner, we could work out what the connection is, but... So then that's in the middle, so it's white. So that should have white in the center. Wait. Grumble. I don't know what the rules are to this puzzle. That's the problem. Right, so there's white. White is the inner one, apparently. So what happens when you get these two meeting? I mean, it could be that I'd already worked out what that meant, and I'm just stumbling around like an idiot. I want to say that is the case, and that these three are right, which might not be the case at all. Here, I don't know. I want to say that's the case, which I'm going back to the first one I did. Oh no. Okay, so we have to. So that's got 3 red. Okay, is this what I think it's saying? So, right. That's got 3 red on the far right. So, that means... Oh, no, I had an idea. The problem is, because there's 3 rings, if there were 2 rings, I'd just be looking at these ones and going, okay, so red, white, red. So... I don't know, maybe like that. So this row is red, white, red. This row is red, white, red. So I don't know what that means. Hint? There's no hint button. Can you give me a hand with this? Is that just...
A room with a view.
Okay, that's a room with a view, apparently. No, I can't get any more. I can't get any advice from you guys. Can we just not get a new projector that makes sense? So. Now, we can't have multiple reds. So it's working out what these mean. Is the problem. What do these fuses on the side mean? Because they are obviously a clue as to what we're meant to be doing. So let's reverse that. Okay, so I've reversed it when it's red. Okay. So then white should be the same. Okay. So you reverse it when it's red. So that means there's a red on the outside. And there's a white in the middle, and it stays the same in the middle, so that means... Oh, this is a terrible idea. Or it could be, if it's the same, it's white. So, that works, that works. So if they're identical, they're white. So then, that has the same problem in that these two should both be red. You get that. Again, that happens. That happens because that doesn't make sense. And then that happens. But the thing is, this isn't right. Every time I come up with a rule, it's wrong. Now, it can't be where there's white, because otherwise you'd be able to have multiple reds. You can only have 2 reds. You can only have 1 red in a circle. So, you're looking at it and going, okay, so that's the middle one and the inner one here. But, in this top left one, but if we do that, then we just end up with the system we had before. And this breaks. So this is not the rule. It's obviously something to do... Right, we can only have 1 red. So... I mean, if what the bottom is saying is that the middle one goes out, then this is true. Well, that's true. I'm trying to work out what I'm doing. Right, so that's blank. So does that mean that all of these are all white? Yeah. Which means that, I don't know, I have no clue. So that means that there's a red in the middle on those, and that would mean that there's a red in the center, but I don't think that's the case. And because that then means that the ones at the bottom don't make sense, and that they're irrelevant. So we then that should be that one. So then, okay, we put the middle one in. So the middle one changes. I don't know what I'm doing. So the middle one changes. The outer one changes. That makes no sense. Again, no sense making. Yeah, this is all we can really do, isn't it? Game, you can't just throw a puzzle at this, like this, at me, and then just go, solve it, because obviously that's not working. I'm sure people have done this without doing anything like walkthrough, but I think my brain just can't work on this without some kind of more information. I'm sure some others can, or have. Right, so we got a middle and an inner, so that makes me think that should... I mean, I keep going back to this one. But if we're saying that, then we said that the middle should definitely be white. So, again, there, that one. Then that's... I don't know. Yeah, this is... right. So all of those are white. Back to the starting point. Right. Okay, so what's the rule? Is it white plus red equals white? Is it... right, if its differences are white, then you end up... that has to be all red, so that doesn't work. If it's red reverses, then you have to know which is the one we're working on. Because red reversing... so the bottom reversing the right gives that. The right reversing the bottom gives that. Okay, so in that case it doesn't matter. Right, red reverses, so that means we get that. Red reverses means we get that. Okay. Red reversing means we get that. Red reversing means we get that. Red reversing means we get that. Oh no! Red reversing means we have a double. So that means that's not the rule. This is the... Because the red reversing... right reversing the bottom means we get red, red, white. Bottom reversing that means we get red, red, white. Okay, so it does seem to be transitive. So I'll put that, because that's the only way that makes sense. So that means we get that, that means we get that, that means we get that. Nothing doing. Right. Surely this is just not right at all. So it's nothing. So it's not red reverses. This is frustrating. white reverses. Okay, if we do white reverses, then I think this might have an impact on which way around we do it. So right reversing the bottom one means we get white, white, red. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, and then we hit that snag in the fact that this one has to be all red, which it can't be. So if we do a straight up add them together, then along here you have to have 2 red in each one. And then yeah. I need a rule to work on. I don't want the answer, but some idea of a rule with a view. That's not helpful. Like, it's to do with light and photonic stuff, because the only thing that anyone's said about this has been, he's impatient, wants us to get it done. I want to get us done. And it's to do with photonic something or other. Right, so, I mean, if we look at, there's nothing on the side that kind of gives a clue. Like, in the background he pictures. Alter it, right. I make everything the same, that's not right. Obviously. Right, so I'm intrigued as to why that doesn't have a thing on the outside. Like, you'd expect it to be have the pattern white. It's like inner, middle, outer. I mean, this has got middle, outer, inner, but that's just the same pattern cycling in a different way. So you'd expect that this is gonna maintain a certain pattern that this doesn't do, really. Right, so inner is white. Let's say that. Outer is white, and the thing is, if I do that and say, okay, this is actually what's red.